Dang YouTube, every time I do that, it switches it over. Trying to get the best location here. There we go. This is the best I can do, folks, for where I want to keep it. Alright, welcome to the channel. We're going to start disassembling this 43V6. I gotta get this frame down to bare nothing. No axles, no differential, no tranny, no gas tank. So we can get it hauled off, sandblasted, and painted in kidney green in honor of Courtney. So the other day I got the valve cover off, all the head bolts out, but then I realized I had this in the way, so I can't get these other bottom bolts out. So I got a hacksaw with me, and we're gonna hack these headers off. And then I kind of beat it with a mallet, thinking it would come loose, and I realized some bolts on the bottom here I gotta get off. So, that being said, I'm gonna go get the pull saw, and we're gonna cut these headers out of here so they're still connected over here at the Y pipe. And we'll go from there. It's gonna get loud for a little bit. Hoping that's right on it. Yep, it is. Cool. I was using a 1/4-inch ratchet the other day, and we managed to wipe out the ratchet altogether. Not just the bearings, but took the nub right off. Good old Craftsman. I mean, I've had them for like 5-6 years before I really got it to break. Probably shouldn't have used a 1/4-inch ratchet on engine bolts, but you know, you don't need to worry about using the proper tools. I gotta figure out how to use this thing again here. Get this goes right into there, like that. Okay. Let's see what happens. Really don't want to come from this angle here. Try going from there. Should have gloves on, but you don't need to worry about gloves. Oh yeah, is it gonna come out now? There we go. Scrap metal for Steve. I'll go to the other side. Cut the other side off. Gonna go with right here below the O2 sensor. That up with one thing only. Yummy. Cross water. Alright, I think we're good here. Should just maybe not. the other. This thing. What is this? Spark plug. Oh, ever seen that before? Boots is on there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why is it on there so much? Can't even fish it out. It's the shoe part. Because of this boot. Should come off. It's not because some guy's in the way. There we go. This will come off here. If anyone needed that spark plug heat shield, I have them. Oh, hands are getting dirty again. I guess we're not using gloves today. Jesus, we haven't had a spark plug boot give me this much problem before. I'm gonna need a right hand screwdriver. Wow. Why is that fighting with me? Get these out of here because they're in the way. Caked on there. There we go. Barely touched it. Came right off. Oh, of course I still on there. Screw. Half used spark plug if anybody wants one. Sweet. Make sure this thing's still recording here and YouTube didn't do any weird things. Yeah, cool. All right. Yes, it's got 4 more bolts to take out. And this head should come off. Start her off. I gotta get the other impact out here so I can start taking these bolts off of here. I think I gotta go look for it once in my life. They're not needle nose. What are they called? Like snap ring or C-clip pliers for taking the little C-clips off the U-joints so I can get the drive shaft out. I never bought one of those tools. I've always needed one multiple times in my life, but I just never was like, oh, I'll never buy those. I got it out without it. Well, I think this is one of those times where it ain't gonna work in my favor. So, if anyone needs any wires, except for one is bad, as you can see here. Off. Heck. There we go. Well, one good wire. I think. Yeah, one good wire. These wires still have life in them. Sparkulators. Okay, now I've got some more tubes. Alright, I don't know if it was the 15 or the 13. But it's not. It is that one. Oh, put that on one. That is not the right size. No, sir. That's a 13. I could be wrong. I believe this is the right size. Yeah, that's the right size. I knew I had it over the door, but I wasn't sure. I was hoping I didn't screw that up too much. Loose. This one. That one's loose. Let's just get these out. The whole point of this is because this frame is in a lot better condition. No rot holes. Body mounts were all good. And it's just surface rust. Some water leaking out here. It's not coolant. motor's been sitting outside for, oh, that's weird. Catch cam for that. What is this water? I think it's sitting outside for a year or so. Who knows? Water that's gotten into the head over time. Where's my mallet, friend? I gotta go get him. Get my mallet. Too, so that's I'll probably wear half all this musty, nasty water when I pull this head off. You watch. I'm gonna take a nice bath in poo-poo water, rust water. Should wear it right off. I'm not worried about beating on the heads and breaking them because they're rusted and nasty. And the process of me beating on it the other day. Oh yeah, all that water. Nasty water. There's a lot of water in there. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't think this motor's good anymore, boys. Dunzo. Alright, here. Whew. Aside from one of them being rusted, oh, that's no damage to it. I had a stuck valve. One of the sides here, the head gaskets. No, listen, in a lot of places. Jeez. Head gaskets on this side as well. Spark plugs don't look too bad, except for the one that's all rusted up because the cylinder was filled with water. But the rest of the piston don't look too bad. Surprisingly, not too much carbon buildup in there. So, well, it's just rusty water. Will actually just clean right up, except for the hard rust that goes on this side. Clean. Alright. I'll take that piece off that I should have. Find a ratchet socket there. Just got no viewers there. Little toolkit. Oh. Trying to figure out a tarp situation here. I can swing over to this box truck and connect it to the top right below the barbed wire on the fence, so I can work on this through the night, because there's so much chances of rain in this state. I kind of want to be somewhat dry. This way, if it starts pouring, I can put my tools down and be like, oh, look at that, it's raining. You know what I mean? Let's see how far we get with this. I can... There we go. Head, go on. There we go. Alright, we're going to start doing the other side. I want to say that's a 12 for the valve cover. So that's the 13. It's the 12. It was the 13. I probably should be using a ratchet for all this stuff on the top here, but you know, just doing this to kill time. Keep my mind off of other things. I don't proclaim to be a mechanic. I'm not a licensed mechanic, but I can kind of figure things out. This motor's not getting reused. The motor that's inside the 98 S10 Blazer, which the camera is sitting on the back bumper, that motor is going to be reused because that motor has less mileage. It's never been swamped full of water or stuck valves or anything of that nature, or extremely abused. This one's just tired, leaked everything under the sun. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, a lot of people probably would be like, oh, why don't you just fix what's in there and then put the body on there? I would do that, but I want this whole frame, even where the motor sits, to be sandblasted and then painted. So this motor's going to come out regardless. I wasn't going to take it out and put it back in because, like I said, this one had a lot more abuse in the last 3 years than that one had the whole time I was driving on the road. I wheeled it, but waiting on my other truck to be fixed. I bought a 2015 Silverado. Beautiful truck, LTZ, black on black, heated cool seats, heated mirrors. Gorgeous truck, don't get me wrong. 2,000 miles after owning it, dropped the lifter on the highway. And ever since then, it's been the 2 shops. Went back to the dealer like, oh jeez. So it was there initially for the cooling fans not working, and I found out because the water pump had a blockage. So one of the impellers failed. So it wasn't circulating the water, coolant properly. All it would do, it was cause like a weird suction and collapse all the cooling hoses and shake the shit out of them like it had a blockage. So it was in there for a cooling issue and it wasn't fixed properly, so the next shop did it that the warranty worked with. And I'm still having this cylinder 7 misfire because it dropped the lifters on cylinder 7. And brought it to a place out in another couple towns away from me called Milford. Brought it there. They did a compression test, moved the coil packs around, moved the spark plugs around, even though they were roached, but they still moved them around, and it still had cylinder 7 misfire. So, and it was usually at like 3,000 RPMs, it would hit 3,000 and then it would flash. And if you stayed above 3,000 for longer, like, or if you had to hit 3,000 again, it would flash again and then eventually come on as a solid hard code for a misfire. Like smoke fuel. Or just because I'm throwing all my crap in the ground, doesn't mean anything. I am gonna throw it all in the back of the truck and throw it into the scrap bin. Oh, wow. This side's clean with a little bit of rust. How do these valves move at all? I wonder if there's just rust in place. This side's really clean. Now we can take these rockers off, pull these push rods out, and start taking this head apart. It's the 13 millimeter wrench use is all done with. I'm hungry. I just ate. Still no viewers, huh? That sucks. Ugh. Beautiful day out today. Give it that. About time. Beautiful weather started showing up. I saved 2 push rods from the passenger side of the engine. And I'm probably going to save 2 more from the driver's side here. Just for sentimental reasons. Don't quite know what I'm going to do with them. I do know when I pull the bottom on oil pan off of this thing, I want to push 2 pistons out, one from each side, and have them chained together, initials welded onto the end of them, hang them up the trailer hitch on my pickup truck as a little memorial for 2 certain people. Oh, that is not the right side, buddy. Ooh. Is that the right size? That is not the right size. It's gotta be the other one on the ground. I don't recall using a 1/4 inch to get the headphones off, but we'll use it. Don't know when my phone's gonna die, because YouTube Live seems to drain the crap out of it. But I do have a solar powered charger in the truck, the other truck. Go figure. I found a used one, high miles, cheap, pretty damn cheap, because I wasn't trying to spend another 10 grand on a truck. Oh, those came off really, those are kind of loose. But I found a 2000, and I was scrolling around on Car Gurus. If anyone needs to look for a used vehicle, I'm not promoted or sponsored by those guys, but Car Gurus is the place to go for anything in the market of buying or selling a vehicle. I've never sold a vehicle on Car Gurus, but you know what? try if I had a vehicle worth selling. Anyways, yeah, car gurus. I was looking around there one night and I popped up two older '04 vehicles, Chevy Silverados, popped up. One of them was an as-is deal from a dealership, and I went out there. They wouldn't let me test drive it on the road because it was needed some stuff. It needed brakes, is what it needed, and a wheel bearing. But test drove around the parking lot. First time I never actually test drove anything, and I gotta say I'm still driving it to this day. It's been about a month. Put almost 1,000 miles on it. Hauled the buddy's ATV. Geez, I've done more with it than I have with the truck that I bought with only 70,000 miles on it. And I gotta say, for an old '04 Z71 Silverado, whoever owned this truck, thank you for maintaining it so well. Like, they literally took the best care of it. Everything that was ever done to it seems like was only at the dealership in Avon. I don't want to say it's like Chevrolet of Avon or something. But they definitely took really good care of it. I even called the dealership and talked to them about the training service, and I had to look through all the 79 pages of paperwork, and they changed the transmission fluid, gasket, and the filter every 50,000, like you're supposed to with a GM. And I'll tell you this right now, that tranny shifts like butter. I mean, it's when it's cold, it shifts hard in the second, but I've never driven a GM that had a lot of mileage and didn't do that, because the Blazers, they all do it when they're cold, slam second. But once it warms up, they're fine. But they took really good care of it, and whoever, like I said, owned the truck really liked it because they went through the hassle of replacing the buttons in the steering wheel. And I was like, that I was actually a little fascinated about. I was like, damn, they really cared about this truck. They went through the hassle of replacing the buttons for the steering wheel controls for the radio. That's pretty cool. All the gauges work. A few of the lights don't work in the buttons in the radio. The buttons look like they were replaced, but the bulbs weren't. But that's okay, because it's only like the ones there's preset buttons. But the Bose speakers in it, they work phenomenal. Everything works as it should. Doesn't overheat. Heck, it's got 259,000 miles on it, and the AC still blows ice cold. Yeah. Yeah, frame, you could eat up. The frame looks actually better than the frame on this Blazer. Probably a little bit. Yeah, a little bit cleaner. A little bit cleaner. It could just use, me personally, it probably just needs a good power washing, and then maybe a light hit with a wire brush, let it dry, power wash it again, and probably like Rust-Oleum spray paint would give that thing another 20 years. Now, if you wanted to go crazy and really do it, you wire brush it down and put a rust inhibitor on it, let it dry, power wash that off, and let that dry, and then really hit it with a good frame sealant. And I'm sure that thing would last as long as it never got dented or damaged. It would probably last another 30, 40 years. And I know it's a lot, but you know what? If you take care of things, it'll last forever. And that's a prime example right there, that truck. So this push rod looks to be the best. It's not all rusted. Definitely got more junk on it than the other side did. This is all rusted up. Now, some of these may have been rusted prior when the engine was running and the body was on there, because I did leave the intake manifold off of this truck for like a year when I was having issues with the distributor, and I couldn't get it to go back in the timing, and I ended up figuring it out. And look at the rust. I don't know which one's bent. I had a stuck valve. Maybe it was a bad valve. Anyways, jeez, I lost my train of thought again. Shit. Oh, left the intake manifold off on this, and it definitely got snow and dust and debris in there, And I literally, it was like during the pandemic, I threw it back on and with some RTV, and nothing was really torqued. And I swear to God, kid you not, I literally turned the key and dialed right to life. It had a really bad lifter knock, lifter tick, or something, or stuck valve. I swear to God, I drove it up to Oxford. I drove it everywhere, man. And it took like 6 months for that lifter knock or stuck valve to go away. Every week I'd come out, turn the key on this thing, and every 2 weeks, and it would knock, and it would go away, and then come back. And then I got to the point where I'd just come out, turn the key, and just redline it for like 5 minutes. And I did that for like 3 months straight. And then I came out here one day, and that lifter, the stuck valve, just went away. Didn't blow the motor up, purred like a kitten. And I was like, what? Now, if that were the case in my truck that I bought 3 months ago, that has that cylinder 7 misfire, I was really hoping that would fix itself. Like, have a few misfires and then be fine for the rest of its life. No, it's still misfiring. It didn't work in my favor in that case. Oof. But like I said, I think these were already rusted up beforehand from me leaving it all exposed. And if it did, then this thing ran like pretty good for what it was, if these were really all rusted up beforehand. But I think this is all fresh from it sitting out for the last 2 years. I saved 2 over there from this side that were clean, and then 2 over there from that side. I'm going to have something bent made out of them. Here's one head bolt. We should go for this one head bolt. I'll leave the head bolt here. Loose. Oops. Should go and get extension for the ratchet. And they're on there, but I don't think they're supposed to be hand tightened. But this thing never leaked. Would have burned it. But yeah, I let it sit for a year with just water in it. And then I ended up towing it down to my old job. My old manager still was working there at the time, and we just did a coolant flush on it. It had no thermostat when I did this, but I did a coolant flush on it, and I put actual coolant in the truck, so this way when it sat in the yard, I wasn't going to worry about the thing freezing in the winter and freezing up, blowing the freeze plugs out. And it worked in my favor, even though I'm not reusing the motor. Probably should have, because this one did have more power than the 98, but the 98 also had a lot of idle hours put on it. The whole 4 years of me driving it. I figure I gotta get this done. That one's on. I'm trying to be lazy and sit down, and it's not working on my fiber. It ain't working on my fiber. Oh, that one was on there. But yeah, I called on Monday because I picked my truck up from the original shop on Monday, and they said, "Hey, we got it in here on Monday. It's gonna be a little bit before we can find anything out, see why it's still misfiring." Call back on Wednesday. They told me Wednesday they still haven't figured it out. I was like, how did you not take that motor apart yet? I mean, the shops I had it at, they did have receipts for it. They did a compression test and leak down test, and everything came back good. And this dude tells me, "Oh, well, we gotta do a compression test and leak down test." And I was like, "You took copies of the receipts that I got from other places to do that, and everything came back fine. Why are you doing it again?" I kind of expected you to have that head off on that one side. We're inspecting the push rods and camshaft lobe, and I didn't. I'm not a mechanic or nothing, but if I really put my mind to this, I could have this motor down to the block before the end of the day, but I'm in no rush with it. I don't really have to do that. But you would think at a shop with tools and actual better tool and whatnot, cleaner area, and you would have thunk they would have had that head off on that side and been inspecting it. But they didn't. So I think that's all of those. Probably should get these. That's loose. Alright, just come in here with a ratchet once I get these all loose. Just crank them all off. My back's killing me because I'm being as active lately. I probably should. I need that ratchet again. What was that, 10? I gotta take that bracket off to hold the spark plug wire mounts on there. Check the battery in the old camera here. When you plug it in. Still no viewers. Unless I've had a few come and go. Probably have. Is it still in the motor? It's still in the motor. Saying TikTok's gonna get banned. I hope it doesn't. I hope somebody buys it and lets us continue to post on there. I was kind of using TikTok to build up first so I get more views on there. I don't do the whole editing thing on YouTube because it's not gonna. I'm not trying to say it's hard. It's not really that hard. It's just I don't have the. What the hell? Here's some smaller. That's weird. I don't have the patience. Well, not the patience. What is the word I'm looking for? The eagerness to sit there on the computer and edit for 24 hours or 14 hours. So until that day happens and I need to do that, then I'm just gonna raw video everything because. This one here, let's see if this one fits. This is a 9. I'd be amazed if this fits. No, it doesn't fit. Well, that sucks. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Yes. Over here. Just move that out of the way like that. Works, right? Like if someone said, "Hey, I diagnosed this part. Can you put it together and make it work?" Yeah, I could do that. I just can't diagnose very well. I can't to a degree. I just can't do book work. It sucks. I hate doing book work. Never failed in it, really, other than gym class because I hated running around like an idiot inside. anytime they brought us outside, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll run around outside all day. That sounds like fun. Well, why don't you do it inside? Boring inside. Well, get attacked by the training lines. Where I drained all those fluids out pretty much a year ago. I actually got to get the catch can because I got to drain the tranny and I got to drain the engine oil out still. There's this residual dripping out here. Of course, I just aggravated it. What is it? That's coolant? That's coolant. Put that there so it don't drip out anymore. Alrighty. Start taking these out. I'm hoping this whole assembly comes off with this head because I could not get it to come off because of the pulley. You have to pull the pulley off on the power steering pump. I'm hoping to God I can just pull this head off with this on there. I can't. These flowers were blooming the other day and I was dying. That's a shame. All the leaves were out trying to get pollen. I had a frost for the past 2 days. Frost warnings everywhere. Saw a honeybee burrowing in the ground over here the other day. I haven't stepped on those areas. Don't plan on stepping on it. I don't know if his home is in there. It was getting warm, but I didn't step on it. Carbon. Woo. Maybe one of these valves really wasn't working. It all looked to be in okay shape. No broken springs. And they're under pressure too. Was that a yeller jacket? It was something. It was a bald-faced hornet. Get, boy, I tell you what, I don't like your kind. Bald-faced son of a bitches. Could have been a flower, but he went down over there. He might have a nest in the ground for all I can. That would be my luck. Could have been a flower or something too, though, or a honeybee. Those have been flying around a lot. Well, I want to go in the scrap pile because it's weight. I know it ain't much, but it's something. Smells like nasty water. All the head bolts are out. Neat from the looks of it. I did not grab a rag. That is one thing I did not do. I wonder if the blazers are still unlocked so I can get in there as well. No rag. Wait, is that a rag? Where'd it be? Might have been my rag. How's that? I'm gonna pause the video here, take some pictures, smoke a cigarette, and check the quality of the battery here. About an hour. Well, till we start another live video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and slap that share button, please. It helps the channel out greatly. I hear a bumbler. I don't know where he is, though. Well, till then, have a good one, guys.